Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of What's Cooking with Fitness. This is a new project from the Kenyon Athletic Department in which we're creating what we hope is a really cool series of videos that goes through a variety of different types of meals that athletes, fitness enthusiasts, and anyone interested in nutrition can use to fuel either their workouts themselves or make it into a great recovery type of meal. My name's Emily Heighthouse, and I'm the coordinator for Lifetime Fitness, Physical Education, and Health and Sports Studies here at Kenyon. I also teach human and sport nutrition. And this week, our special guest chef is Jill McCartney, the Director of Athletics, Fitness, and Recreation here at Kenyon. She's going to be making a Buddha bowl today, and it's going to give us a nice hit of grains, protein, healthy fats, and a variety of vegetables to make a great meal for anybody who wants to make a healthy change. So Jill, how about you tell us about your list of ingredients?
Thank you, Emily, and I'm delighted to be able to share with everyone how I make a Buddha bowl. So with this Buddha bowl, we're going to be using quinoa as our base, and quinoa is a grain type of seed thing. You could use rice, brown rice, farro barley if you'd like to. And then we're going to pile on top of the farro, we're going to pile sweet potato that's been roasted, kale roasted, and some chickpeas that I've spiced a little bit more so than maybe some people like, but you can do it just with salt and pepper, or you can put it with what I have is a spice mix made of cumin, chili powder, cayenne, and some garlic salt. And I've got those in the oven just about ready to take out, so I'm going to go ahead and take those out and then get started with the next vegetables. These are sizzling nicely. And so I've just lined a sheet pan with foil, and they have a little bit of olive oil to go with those seasonings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pick up the foil, and I'm going to move the chickpeas out of the way, and I'm going to get another piece of foil, put that in there. It's still a little hot because I just took it out of the oven. The oven is at 400. There we go. And I've got some sweet potatoes cut up into bite-sized chunks. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil, ground pepper, you can get a good workout too, and some salt. And I'm going to just mix these up a little bit to get them evenly coated. All right, and we're going to put them on the pan here, and they should have a little bit of room. And I have it cover about half the pan because I'm going to use the other half of the pan for the kale when that time comes. All right, and these will go into the oven. So I put those in the oven for about 10 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm going to chop this kale. And I don't know, I'll use about probably 4 of these pieces of kale. And what you want to do is they all have this nice vein here that we want to take out because they'll be just a little too chewy or crispy for what you want to eat. And so with each one, I'm just going to roughly chop it. Again, an idea is bite-sized pizzas. Okay, so here I have a nice full bowl. I'm going to add, again, another tablespoon of olive oil, salt and pepper. And now I'm going to massage all of this olive oil and salt and pepper into the kale. I don't know really what it's supposed to do. Well, it is supposed to take away the bitterness. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Works for me though. All right, and now I'm going to clean up a little bit. Still got the sweet potatoes. They're going for 10 minutes while we wait for this. And while that's going, we can also grate our carrot. So I have these 2 very small carrots, 1 large carrot would work. Got a nice little grater. We're going to use this for putting on top of the bowl. Helps to use the grater side. just put this in a bowl to use for the very end. It's smelling now. So now we're going to turn them over. Just flip each one of these little guys. Let's see if we can get them to brown on different sides. Get these down a little bit closer to each other, although you don't want them too close because then they'll steam more than they'll roast. Let's see how tender they are. Ooh, they still have a ways to go. So we're going to put the kale on the other side with it, and it's going to just cook right down. See, that looks like it's a whole lot there, but it'll cook down pretty well. All right, we're going to go back in the oven. We're going to check this after about 5 minutes and see how we're doing. Looks good. Let's check one of these potatoes. See how they do? Oh, fork tender. That's just the way I like them. All right, so now we're ready to plate this. So we're going to take the quinoa that I made a little bit earlier, like a nice wide bowl. I'm going to take a half cup, just scoop about a half cup in there, and that'll be my base. And then I'm going to put everything in around that. So I'm going to take about half of these sweet potatoes, put those in there. Take about half of this kale. It really does cook down nicely, doesn't it? And then I'm going to take about a third of these chickpeas, right, that I did last night, did earlier. Right, and they're nice and crispy. Okay. And now I'm going to take, I like to have a little bit of fresh stuff, so I'm going to take about half this grated carrot, put it right there in the middle. I like nuts and seeds, so I've got some pepitas. There's about a quarter cup. I'll put just a couple tablespoons of seeds on there to give it some added crunch. And then some people like to do like a tahini dressing or maybe a dollop of yogurt or sour cream. I like more of a vinaigrette, so I've got this nice vinaigrette that's made with olive oil, wine vinegar, 2 times of mustard, and just a little water and a shallot in there. All right, and I'm just gonna drizzle about a couple tablespoons over the top. And that's our Buddha bowl. Emily, would you like to try this Buddha bowl?
All right, so before we dig in, this bowl by the numbers. So we have about 570 calories here, including the dressing. We've got 51 grams of carbohydrates and a really nice 11 grams of fiber, which is going to be just under half of our daily fiber recommendation. We also get a good 18 grams of protein, and we have about 20 grams of healthy fats here. It's all from olive oil, so completely monounsaturated. All right, we're gonna give this a try here. That is fantastic.
Glad you enjoyed.
It's got that nice grainy flavor, it's nutty, it's got a nice tang from the vinaigrette, and we've got that crunch from the chickpeas and the kale. Awesome, great. So before we wrap it up, make sure you check us out for our next episode, which is going to be out in another week or so from now. And in that episode, we're going to be featuring Jackie DeMarco, our women's field hockey coach, and she's going to be making overnight oats with us. Stay tuned, see you later.